Hi. Hi. My name is Benjamin. They also call me Doberman man. And he is my assistant, Tank. We're going to go through a series of dog training for pet. We'll start with kindergarten level, which is between when you take them home at 7-8 weeks old until 4-5 months. And then we will do obedience classes. He is right now 3 months old, 3 months and almost a week. And we hope it helps you fix a lot of issues with your dog, and you have a well-trained dog, calm, quiet, that you will enjoy. So the first class that I'm going to go through is about dominance. Dogs, they have hierarchy. So when you have a pack of dogs, one person, one of the dogs, one of the canines is a master or the head of the pack, and the rest of them obey him or her. Usually it's him. It's the same thing with wolves, it's the same thing with dogs. I'm not sure about fox, but probably it's the same with them too, but it's the same concept with wolves and dogs. So what happens is that when you have a puppy at home, it's the same behavior. They should know who is the master in the home, who is the dominant figure. The reason is that the dominant figure decides and everybody else follows. If your dog thinks he is the dominant figure in the house, he or she is the one that will decide who to attack, who to bite, what to do, what to destroy. And overall, it's not going to be a fun experience for you as a dog owner. So please spend a lot of time on these basic concepts. They are actually really easy. It's just that some people, they don't do it. And some people, they look at this, they're like, oh, this is mean, don't do this to dogs. And they will end up with dogs that they cannot control. They go to shelter, or sometimes they push it so hard they keep them, but you never know, something happened that you cannot keep your dog. Medical reason, I had people that passed away, the puppy came back to me, but I always take my puppies back, but you might have your puppy from a shelter or from some breeder that they don't take them back, or it's like international. They will end up in a shelter somewhere, they cannot control them, they will end up being put down and euthanize them. So please work on the dominance and make your dogs be submissive. If they are submissive, they will also listen to your training. They will pay more attention. They want to do everything to please the dominant figure. And you guys you might be a family of 4. He will consider one person in that family as the dominant figure, and then the rest of people. Even within that, let's say you are a family of 4, husband and wife and 2 kids, older kid and a younger kid, and the dog. So let's say the wife is going to be a dominant figure. Your puppy, your dog should know that she is the dominant figure, and then let's say it's the husband, and then there are the kids, older one and the younger one, and he is the last person. So he is there to please everybody. But then the wife is going to be the most prominent, dominant figure in the house. Good boy. Good boy. So, how do you make your dog submissive? Basically, there are a lot of things that you need to do, but I'll start with the most basic thing that you should do. Is that when you take your puppy home, you actually continue doing this when they get older too, but you have to do it more often when they are younger. So when you take your puppy home, you lay them down on their side. Good boy. See, he is resisting. Just lay him down on his side. Hold him down like this. Make sure he doesn't come up. Make sure he doesn't come up. That means he submit to me. If he resists, he try to get up, he try to push you up, just push him down harder. I have done this exercise with him a few times, so he's not resisting. It's going to be harder the first few times. For a bigger dog, if you are doing this exercise, let's say for my 110 pound dog, what I do is that, because I still do this thing to them once in a while, just as a reminder, even though they're good. So for a larger dog, you can just go on them. You don't need to put, you only put like 5-10% of your weight on them. You don't need to squish them. So you put your all the weight on them. Make sure they are not resisting, they are not coming up. You can cuddle them, you can play with them so they feel good. So when they are allowed to come up, is that you should tell them to get up. They cannot make the decision on their own. Thank. Good boy. And then you give them treat. Good boy. Good boy. You're such a good boy. You're a good boy. You're helping other puppies learn. Good boy. So, that's, now we're gonna do the same thing, but I'm gonna teach you guys a few other things. You might deal with a more aggressive dog that they might bite, or you might be in a situation, let's say in a dog park, that you cannot go lean on your dog. I mean, it might be dusty, something, and you want to correct them right away. You could just put them down and then put your feet either here or here. He is not allowed to resist. If you even let him resist once, it's going to make it more difficult. They should have no excuse. There is no, oh, just this time, just this time. It only takes a dog to learn a behavior, a good behavior or a bad behavior. It only takes them 3 or 4 times. So by allowing this to happen 3 or 4 times, you just make yourself, it makes it harder for you to correct them. Then you have to go through it 20, 30, 40 times to fix that one mistake. I'm not pushing too much on them. Actually, I'm just blocking him. You might end up needing pushing them if they are aggressive, they're trying to bite and say, Let's do this way. So you might end up putting more pressure on them because they might be aggressive, they want to come up, they might bite you. It really depends on the dog. But overall, if you start at a really young age, see, I'm not even pushing on him. I'm just blocking him, the same as holding my hand here. Just cuddle him so he feels relaxed. Now let's get up. Good boy. Good boy. Did you teach them? Did you teach them? Tanks likes to teach you guys because he gets to eat lots of treats. He gets to eat lots of treats. So that is the first thing. Before you teach your dog sit, before you teach your dog stay, before you teach your dog anything, this is the most important thing that you have to teach them. So dominance, number one. And that's why I put it in the first class. The other way that you need to show your dominance is if they are pulling you, you don't allow it to happen. You hold the leash tight and you stay. You don't make your hand loose because they like the movement and they think it's a game or they want to exert force to pull you. Just hold them strong. You can put the leash around you. However, it depends how strong you are, how big your dog is. These are the decisions that you need to make. Basically, whatever you are doing, you have to show them you have control over them. That's one of the reasons I like collars versus versus other type of things. Like if you have harness, then they can put more force on you. It's going to be harder to control them. So they think they have control over you. It will be harder to control a dog with harness. When you have control over their neck, you have control over them. Good boy. So this was the first session. Hopefully you guys learned something and hopefully you're gonna practice it on your dog. If you have a better method, if I missed something, please comment it. I will either do a revision on this one or people they will read it in the comment. So it's good for people to learn. And please make sure you spend a lot of time on your dog obedience. It's really important. A lot of people, they try to save a little bit money on proper trainer, and they will just have you cannot enjoy being with your dog as much as if you have a properly trained dog. Please follow our videos. I'm trying to get a few videos out every week, and every day I teach you guys a new technique.